going through a lot of anger. It's like the angry stage of grief right now. My mom passed away within a 2 week period. Oh, man. I'm just angry with the way ultimately we've all been treated, myself and my children. And a lot of it is Jennifer's family. In some cases, certain parts of my family, not all parts, there are parts of my family that have been trying. So I have to give credit where credit's due. you know, but certain parts, I do feel that people are not doing anything, not reaching out, to me, not checking up on my kids, not trying to be a support system. And yeah, I get angry. Look, you want to know what it is? The bottom line is that me and Jen were each other's support system. That's just the way it was. We kind of got the raw end of the deal when it came to our families. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. We didn't really have big support systems on both sides of our family, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm trying so hard to change that, but there's only so much you could do. You can't force love. Love has to be willing, of free will, and that's it. But I'm just angry because you know what it is. It's like at the end of the day, my wife was the most beautiful person in the world. Salute, Jennifer. I'll love you forever. And she did not deserve a lot of the treatments that she got from her family over the years, specifically from her brother. This is a guy, I made a video on it, and I don't want to get into it, but this is a guy who just is angry for no reason. His sister is an angel. Sister loved him. Sister loved him. Never did nothing bad to this guy. Never did nothing bad, but it's unfortunate that for whatever his reasons are, our kids at one point were really close, the cousins. He cut it off. His sister's dealing with cancer for 10 years. Like I said, one time he drove her to Sloan, which was back in 2016. Other than that, he never visited her, never called her to check on her cancer to see how she was. And it's all for no good reason. It's not like it's not like she did anything to deserve this. It's not like she did something to hurt this guy. We treated him like a king. I took this guy out to very expensive dinners. He came to our house for barbecues, jumped in our pool during the coronavirus, probably was using us because everything else was closed. You know, I don't really want to get into it. He didn't even call me. The brother didn't even give his condolences. I know for a fact that he knew that his sister passed away because when I was out for dinner with Jennifer's cousin and Harold's, she was actually getting a message from Jennifer's brother's wife, who asked her right in front of me, "Is it true? Is it confirmed that Jennifer passed away?" And Jennifer's cousin confirmed it. So, for him to play the cards, no, I didn't know. No, he knows. He knows. He knows. What's up, Jessica? Me, myself, and I. How you doing? You know, I'm just look. As far as my mom is concerned, I'm gonna sneeze here. Ugh, excuse me. I'm kind of in acceptance at this point. I would say about 99%. I'm acceptance of my mom. Look, my mom was 75. Still young, but still, she was 75, and the bottom line is that she saw her grandkids grow up. She saw me grow up. It's unfortunate that she developed COPD, and she had the triple bypass, and unfortunately, she didn't really have the zest for life. My poor mother. I don't know. I tried everything. I tried everything. My father passed away in 2020, despite the fact that they didn't have a great marriage. I think it did affect her. She kind of was like in a depression, and she wouldn't get up off the recliner. She wouldn't walk, and this was for years. I told her, I said, "Ma, you gotta walk. You got to walk. If you don't walk, you're gonna develop blood clots or something." And that's exactly what happened. Pulmonary embolism, and unfortunately, that's what happened to my poor mom. all I could tell you is that I want to remember her when I was young. When I was young, she was Rambo. She was John J. Rambo. My mom. My mother was a superstar. You're a superstar, no matter what you are. She was cooking, cleaning, 24/7, never stopped. Like the Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like a machine. And it's such a shame to see years and years later how what happened to her, how she got stuck on a recliner. She was a powerhouse. She had a tough marriage. She had a tough life. My parents didn't have the greatest marriage. God bless my mom. Even God bless my father. I mean, he passed away too. Uh, we had our differences, but he was still my father. I love him. He's still my father. Uh, as far as my wife, nah, there's just nothing. I'm not in acceptance of my wife. She was too young. I'm angry at the doctors. They could have treated her for the cancer. They didn't want to do it. I don't know if there's anything I could even do, but I'm going to try to do it legally. I don't know. I don't even care. It's not about the money, but they just felt the cancer spread too much. See, I was trying to tell them, I was begging them that she would have responded well to the chemo, to the T. There was something called T-DXD. Again, I'm not a doctor. It's not medical advice, but for the type of cancer my wife had, I think she could have responded well to it. Because in the past, she did respond well to chemo, but they didn't want to give it to her. They didn't want to give it to her. They were like, it's too far ahead. It's kind of like one of those situations where you have to be really rich. You have to be a billionaire. And I hate myself that I wasn't. Maybe if you offered them a lot of money, maybe they could have did something. I'm just very angry that they didn't treat her cancer, because the problem was they were treating the pneumonia, but the pneumonia was never going to get better, the aspiration pneumonia, because the cancer in the brain was the culprit. That was the origin. The cancer in the brain was causing her to have trouble chewing and swallowing, which ultimately caused her to get the aspiration pneumonia. And the thing is, so you're treating the pneumonia. The problem is that once the pneumonia gets better, if she swallowed again and aspirated again, it just kept restarting. It restarts from the beginning. And the poor girl was bedridden for so long. She wasn't eating. She was on a feeding tube. It was terrible. The whole situation. Jessica, I don't agree with you, Jessica, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. I don't agree with you because I've seen my wife in the past. Like, I'll give you an example, okay? In 2017, she had cancer on her liver. The doctor said the same thing. She was paralyzed. She had septic shock. She couldn't move her legs. She was bedridden for like 2 weeks. And they said the same things. They didn't want to do the chemo. They didn't want to do it. But in this particular case, because she didn't have cancer in her brain, I was able to convince them then, not now, but then, to do it. And she made a complete full recovery. Some people respond well to it. I'm not saying that chemo is a good thing, but my wife responded well to it. She made a complete recovery. So because of my past experience, and I told them about this, but in this case, because she had cancer in her brain and spinal cord, but I still think that she would have. I still think she would have responded. I think it would have gave her a fighting chance. I think it would have gave her a fighting chance. That's what I believe. Look, I'm angry right now, Jessica. Look, I'm just. She was too young, Jessica. Jessica, she was only 46. My children are too young to not have a mother. My daughter is only 11. My son is only 14. I wanted to give her as much of a fighting chance as I could. All right. I wanted to give her as much as a fighting chance. And now I have to accept the fact I'm never going to see my wife again. And it's something I really am having immense difficulty accepting. I'm sorry to hear that, Jessica. God bless your husband. God bless you. God bless your family. My heart goes out to you. I know my wife had brain cancer too. We have that in common with my wife and your husband. God bless Jessica. My heart goes out to you, Jessica. My heart goes out to you and your family. God bless you and your family. God bless your husband. Cancer sucks. Cancer effing sucks. I hate cancer. And I know how much you loved your husband. I can only imagine, just as much as I love my wife. And this is the two greatest hurts in our life and the two greatest heartbreaks. I'm having a tough time, Jessica. Yes, thank you. And mine to you, you to yours. God bless. I just, look, I don't know if it's going to get better over time. People tell me it will. but right now I'm not doing well. I'm I had a major anxiety attack yesterday. I could even I was like I could even breathe. I had to like go for about an hour walk. You know what it is? Because what I do to myself, it's the worst feeling. I blame myself for something that's not my fault. If you want to know the truth, it's not my fault. I did nothing wrong. I did everything that was in my power. I did everything to help my wife. But the thing is, I keep blaming myself. I'm like, well, maybe I should have just like, left her home, the hospital, they weren't feeding her. Maybe I know she couldn't really eat or drink, but it's just a psychological thing. Maybe I could have just left her home and I could have just gave her little sips of soup or crackers, or she was able to somehow eat crackers. I noticed, I don't know. I just, also another thing is I could have got a treatment in the past. That tortures me. Like we didn't know. Like Jennifer was planning to get treatment after the holidays. That was our plan. It just everything just happened so fast. Everything happened so fast. Like we knew about it in November. I know. I just can't help it because it's like it's my job to protect my family, Jessica. I'm the man of the family. I got to protect my wife. I got to protect my children. I got to protect my dogs. I got to protect my mom. And most of my family now, a good chunk of it is gone. My mom passed away. My wife passed away. Look, in the case of my mom, though, there was really not much I could do. There was not really much I could do in that situation. If she passed in 10 minutes, it was a very quick thing. It was very fast. God bless you, Mark Tube. In the case of my wife, I just feel like I said, if they would have treated her with the cancer treatment, I think she could have had a fighting chance. That's all. I think she could have had a fighting chance. But moving back, in November, they lied to us too. This is all the doctor's fault. They made us understand the only treatment option was whole brain radiation. That's what they told us. My wife didn't want to get whole brain radiation because it leads to dementia. Her father got dementia. She said, I don't want to do it. But then we found out about proton therapy. That I found out about. But I found out about it too late. I found out about it by the time I found out about it, my wife was on a ventilator. And that's targeted therapy. That would have been something that my wife would have agreed to, and I think could have helped her. But I didn't know about it in November. I didn't know about it then. I should have did research then. That's where I get angry at myself, Listen, we all have to die, but not at 46. Okay, listen. Jessica, obviously we all have to die. But not when you're 46 years old. Not when you have a daughter who's 11. Not when you have a son that's 14. Come on. Listen. That's not a fair statement. I hate it when people say that. And I know you're not trying to be, I know you're trying to be just nice, and I get all of that. I'm sorry to hear that, Jessica. You're 43 and you're terminal. My God. God bless you. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. You're too young. You're too young. Your husband was too young. How old was your husband? How old was your husband? 50. Too young. Too young. Oh, I don't know, Jessica, but sometimes I say to myself, it's hard for me to live. The kids are actually home today, Chad, because my son is still getting over strep throat, and I'm giving him his final rounds of antibiotics, and I just left Sophia home too because she was exposed to it, and she's gonna have some antibiotics too, just to be on the safe side. And on Monday they're gonna go back to school. They took off today. What's up, Tommy from the Bronx? Tommy, whenever you come here, you always make people's lives better. Tommy from the Bronx. He's the best. And you got children, 22 and 16. Do you have a support system? Do you have people out there for you to help you? I don't. I don't have a support system. I wish I did, and that's another thing I'm angry about. I mean, maybe you could say I have a small support system. You could say I have a small, not really. I wouldn't say I have no support system. I would say a tiny, like I would say from 0 to 100, 10% maybe. And that's being generous, maybe 5%. I have about a 5% support system. See, the thing was with me and Jen, the lifestyle that we had, the deck of cards that we were dealt, I was Jennifer's support system. She was my support system. And we were fine with that. Yeah, I don't have it either, Jessica. So Jessica, me and you are in the same thing. We have the same thing going on. Yeah, Tandy, Michael did go with volleyball. I don't really want to talk about volleyball. They had a great game. They won, but then they had another game that they lost. So I think they might have one more final game. Bull Trader 62, been smoking cigarettes 45 years, pack and a half, or a half a pack a day, or a pack and a half a day. You eat like a horse. Be careful with those cigarettes. Look, I told my father was smoking 3 to 4 packs a day, and he felt just like you, you know? Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chad. I told my father 3 to 4 packs a day is too much. He laughed at me. He never took it seriously until he passed away. You want to know what it is? I got 2 kids. I have to be strong for them. But guys, I wish that I could say things to all of you without you getting so judgmental and mad. All people do is get judgmental and mad. That's all they do with me. I'm there for my kids every day. My kids are going to school. I mean, not today because of the strep throat, but they go to school. They're doing their homework. They're getting all their work done. I take care of their clothes. I clean everything. I feed them. I take care of them. Yeah, it's true, Tommy. It's true. Everyone has, well, I never really had a support system to begin with, but everyone has a support system. But unfortunately, when something goes wrong, everyone runs away. That's when you know who's true to you. You're right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna do a song really quick called "Who Will Be There for You," and it's exactly what Tommy did. Tommy, this is an original song I wrote. I love you, Bull Trader. God bless you, brother. God bless you, Bull Trader. If anybody also, if someone could type out my Cash App really quick, I'll show it to you. Hold on. This is the Cash App. It's the $ Richard Lavoie. If someone could type it, I'll pin the comment. I love you, Bull Trader. Thank you for your continued support. This is the Cash App, $ Richard Lavoie, RICHARDLEVOI. I know you care about me. And Bull Trader, I care about you too. Vice versa, brother. When my life gets in order, Bull Trader, I love you. I'm there for you too, brother. My life is, unfortunately, my life is shot, man. I love you, Bull Trader. I will not forget your kindness. But Bull Trader, could you just type out my Cash App for me? I'm gonna just pin the comment. It's the $ Richard Lavoie, capital RICHARD, and then capital LEVOI. No space. Okay, Tendi, thank you, and thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Tendi. I'm gonna go with Jessica, Tendi. She's dealing with a lot in her life. Just to bring her some good luck. Her husband passed away. She's dealing with something terminal. Oh my God. Jessica, I'm gonna pray for you every night. I'm gonna pray for you, Jessica. Seriously, you've been through a lot in your life. God bless you. I'm not tech savvy either. Bull Trader, thank you again, brother. That's the second super chat by Bull Trader. God bless you, brother. I love you, Bull Trader. I'm gonna do a song called "Who Will Be There for You." I was trying to sound like the band Creed, Stone Temple Pilots too. This was back in the '90s. This is an original song. survive through these days. Felt the pain of this world breaking me down in many ways. Used to trust so easily. My good heart broke constantly. Not too many people who going to be there for you. Going to be there for you. You will find people change all the time. Hit you from out of the blue. When you're in need, who will be there for you? Time passed by, told me well, it told me why I still get by. Deep in my soul, a light shines so bright. Even the darkest days won't last long. Used to trust so easily. My good heart broke constantly. Not too many people who going to be there for you. Going to be there for you. You will find people change all the time. Hits you from out of the blue. When you're in need, who will be there for you? Guitar solo. Realize that the strong only survive through these days. Felt the pain of this world breaking me down many ways. That was actually my mom's favorite song that I wrote. So that one's for you, Ma. I love you, Mama. Thank you, Bull Trader. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica, if you want, it's up to you. Email me. I would really like to talk to you with everything you're going through, everything that I'm going through. You know, I'd like to talk to you. I mean, it's up to you, like over the phone. You know, you lost your husband to brain cancer. I lost my wife to cancer, to aspiration pneumonia. And I don't know, I just would like to talk to you. It's up to you. But my email address is this here. It's richardle101 at gmail.com. That's the email address. richardle101@gmail.com. It's completely up to you. richardle101@gmail.com. I got to give Chad a call too, Chad Clifford. Yeah, so definitely send me an email. Thank you, Jessica. God bless you. I tell you, man. Thank you so much. Anybody out there who would like to help our family with a very small entertainment tip, a small cash app, that is the Cash App right there. If you don't have Cash App, you could be just like Bull Trader with the super chats. But if you have Cash App, it's a little better for us because it's immediate, instant. It hits the account instantly. It's small fees. Super chats, we got to wait like 2 months on, and there are large fees. So Cash App is obviously better if you could do Cash App, and that is the Cash App, the $ Richard Lavoie. Tommy, you don't have to do that. Tommy sends me stuff all the time, man. Tommy always sends me stuff. I love you, Tommy. Tommy's like he's like my brother, Tommy. Tommy, we got to hang out. We got to get a drink, man. I know you're in Connecticut. We got to set a date, Tommy. You should send me an email too, brother. We should keep in touch. I got it, Tommy. Thank you again, Tom. Thank you, Tommy. God bless you, brother. Tommy from the Bronx is the man. Thank you, Tommy. I love you, brother. Send me an email, Tommy, too. I don't know if you have my email, but let me just give you my email again, Tom. It's richardle101@gmail.com. It's richardle101@gmail.com. We definitely got to touch base, Tommy. Talk. I would love to talk to you, Tommy. I know you've been through a lot. If you could reset it to me, Tommy. I have a new phone now, and my head is all messed up, brother. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I'm so shot with the loss of my wife, brother, and the loss of my mom. Yeah, if you could just email me and send me a number again, I'd appreciate it, brother. It's richardle101@gmail.com. But thank you again for that Cash App. God bless you, brother. And like I said, if anybody else out there could be as cool as Tommy from the Bronx, that is the Cash App. It is the $ Richard Lavoie. We've lost a lot. We've lost too much. I lost my wife. I lost my mom. They both passed away within 2 weeks. I can't even talk about it. We lost our entire household income here. Okay, great, Jessica. I was the caretaker for my wife and my mom. We lost around 7,000. Frank, I'm not going to do it. Look, Frank, I tried to be cool with you haters. I understand you want to come here, you want to be entertaining, but guys, I'm dealing with too much. I lost my wife, man. I lost my mom. Okay, I can't be having you guys come in here pretending to be my mother, pretending to be my wife, pretending to be my daughter. I can't do it, Tommy. I can't. I'm not Tommy. Oh my God, Frank. Tommy's a good guy. You're the bad guy. I can't do it, Frank. I can't do it. I can't do it. Tommy's my brother. Tommy is a good fella. Tommy's a good fella. You are despicable, man. Let's get rid of that guy. Frank's got to go. Frank McGill. Take care. Brush your hair. What's up, Back to the Future? Yeah, those haters, they're just out of control, man. They get crazy. So I wanted to talk a little bit about look, I know a lot of people feel disappointed in me with the whole Jennifer Cousins situation, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, all right? Because I've been talking to a lot of people. I've been talking to Frank, go home and get your shine box. I've been talking to a lot of people about this. I see the email, Jessica. It was horrible, the therapy group. I got it, Jessica. I'm going to give you a call. If you want, I could give you a call after the live stream. It's up to you. I don't know what your schedule is like, but I'm going to give you a call, Jessica. I really want to talk to you. God bless you, Jessica. You've been through so much. You've been through a lot. I've been through a lot too. We've both been through a lot. The therapy session went terrible. The woman, first of all, who was who was the administrator, was very rude. She didn't even let you talk. And it was pretty much made up of senior citizens, which goes to show you that people young should not be passing away. I mean, it was all senior citizens. People are like in their 70s, 80s. You know what's crazy? They were more upset over me. You know, they were all just like they feel like their losses were kind of like justifiable losses. Like they were like, oh, we were married, 25, 30 years. I lost my husband. When they heard about my stuff, that I lost my wife who was 46, and then 2 weeks later I lost my mom, they all went into shock. They couldn't believe it. All right, I'm gonna be finishing up this live stream in like 5 minutes, Jessica, and I'll give you a quick call. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be finishing up this live stream in like 5 minutes. So, and then I'll call you in like 5 minutes because I know you gotta get to that doctor's appointment. Yes, 100%. I will be calling you in 5 minutes. Um, my ears are ringing. I think that's my wife. I think she's trying to communicate with me. It was a weird thing last night. Yeah, I'm gonna call you in 5 minutes. I'm looking forward to it. I uh I went downstairs and my kids were up, and I said, Jennifer, I said, are you here? I said, can you make the lights like flicker? And she did. My son couldn't believe it. The lights started flickering. But then it's weird. It's like, oh, she did it 2 times. So we were talking. And I said, can you do it one more time? She did it again. But then she wouldn't do it anymore because I was like, Jen, look, we don't want to be a pest here. We don't want to be a pain in the butt. Can you do it one more time? I just don't know. Like my son's like, he's telling me that it's probably an electrical thing. My son will say, maybe it's the light bulbs or it's an electrical thing. I don't know. I believe in my heart it's probably my wife, but I hear ringing right now in my ears. I hear ringing. It won't go away. You know what it is? I never heard this before. Like I've never heard ringing in my ears like this. Not like this consistent ringing in my ears, consistent. But what am I going to do about it? It's like in a way it drives me kind of crazy in a way because it's like the ringing doesn't go away. I keep hearing it and hearing it. It's like, sometimes I think, do I have a hearing problem? I don't know. But then when I go outside, I notice that it goes away. It goes away. It's really, really strange. It's strange. I think it's Jennifer. But Commander 35, she's an attractive girl, but it's not about that. Listen, I don't know why everyone thinks that this is something to do with like a sexual nature or or some kind of a physical attraction. It's nothing to do with that. Okay, you want to know what I was interested in when I approached her with this? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Right, it wasn't about what she looks like. Jennifer, my wife, looked at her cousin as someone that she considered to be a second mom. Like she considered her to be the best person in the family that she trusted and that she like I said, if something would have happened to me and Jennifer, both of us, Jennifer was willing to give her cousin our house. And just for the sake of her saying, you know what? Live here. This is your home. Just please take care of our kids. Give our kids a good life. So my wife really trusted in the cousin that much. I don't know. The cousin claims that like Jennifer never had a heart to heart with her. I find that to be very hard to believe. I find it to be and another thing that's really terrible is that you at least think she would trusted me and trusted Sophia. I mean, we're telling her what Jennifer's wishes were, but What she said, this is what the cousin claims. The cousin claims that she did talk to my wife. What happens if you would pass away? And what she's saying is that my wife told her be a part of the kid's life. That's what she did. She did say that. So if that's true, then how does she feel blocking Sophia on Snapchat, blocking us on Facebook, blocking us on her cell phone, blocking us on her email? How is that honoring my wife's wishes? I don't know how she figures that's honoring my wife's wishes, but it's not. And that's what I'm really upset about. You want to know is people don't understand why I'm so upset. I'm upset because this is personal. My wife wanted her to be there for us. This was like her dying wishes. I mean, it bothers me because we were always so good to her cousin. For 27 years, you have to understand, I treated this girl with the utmost of respect. Okay, so how did it all happen? How did it all go bad? It all went bad because, so we went out to Harold's. Now, she does have a condition, this girl. I just want to be fair. I think it's ADD. So she's, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just want to be clear. She does have a little bit of a condition. Um, like there was this one time we called her up and I was telling her, I was like, can we meet today? I was like, my wife just went on a ventilator. I was telling her we're really stressed out. I'm very scared. And she was like, oh, I'm behind. I gotta clean my clothes. I gotta clean my socks. You know. She's got a little condition, okay? I just want to be clear, but nothing bad, okay? Nothing bad. I think she's a very, very smart girl, if you want me to tell you the truth. I think she's a very smart girl. I think she's a very good person, and I never had a bad experience with her in the past. So I don't know why this is happening. Maybe she's confused. I don't know. I wish there was a way that someone could talk to her and explain to her I didn't mean any harm. I didn't mean anything. All I said to her was this. I just said, look, would you like to be a part of the children's life? She said, yes. She says, can we meet once a month? I said, sure. For some reason, she thinks, Jessica, I understand that, but it wasn't that important. She should have came. Yeah, just cleaning her socks, right? I mean, I'm telling her my wife is on a ventilator. I definitely agree with you. But this is the thing. So moving forward, all I said to her was this, Jessica. And I thought it was innocent. Everyone on the internet, on social media, is ripping me a new a-hole here. I said, look, 4 to 5 years from now, maybe nothing will ever happen, or maybe I threw like a meatball. I said maybe we could develop something between us. Now, was that I guess the wrong thing to say? Yes. Now that I think about it, I thought I was saying it in a way. This is what's ironic though. I thought I was being a gentleman. I actually thought at the time I was being a gentleman because it's not like I said to her, "Listen, right now I want to be with you or something." I was saying that it's a hypothetical. I was like 4 or 5 years from now, after we spend a tremendous amount of time together with the kids, who knows what could happen? Who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe nothing will happen. Well, she took this. She took this really, really bad. I gotta try to clear the air and make amends with the cuss. Commander 35, maybe we'll make you the third party mediator. It would be nice to see you guys work things out. It would be nice for the kids to have a mother figure. Look, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, Commander 35, at this point. I mean, listen, obviously, she's not interested in being a second mother figure. I mean, listen, I don't even know if she's interested in even speaking to us anymore. See, a lot of people think I'm making these videos because I want to like reconcile, like I want to make up with her. Jessica, it's really not the case. I'm making this more or less because I'm venting. I'm angry with the way I've been treated and the way my children and my daughters has been treated. I'm angry. I'm venting. It was just a thought. That was nothing harmful about that, and she took it the wrong way. That's on her. Thank you, Jess. See, Jessica. Jessica's a woman, and Jessica understands this. Look, again, I don't know if it's her condition. Like I said, she has ADD. She took it so horribly, man. Oh my God, did she take it horribly? And if she would have gave me, you know what the funny thing is? Well, let's see what Commander 35 says. I think it's just so overwhelming for the lady.
It might just take some time for her to come around. Well, Jessica, God bless you for understanding. You might be right, Commander 35, but Commander, she cut off my kids. Commander, look, how do you justify that one? Okay, now I'm going to admit the truth to you. I started contacting her like a wild man. I'm going to be honest with you. Now I'm going to explain to you why. There was a reason why. I'm going to be honest. She said something that really, really hurt me. Okay. She said something that really, really hurt me. She said that I disrespected my wife. That's what she said to me. I disrespected my wife. That's some heartless, that's some cold-hearted stuff, man, to say. When my wife just passed away. The love of my life, my soulmate passed away. You gonna say that to me? You gonna say I disrespected my wife? No. So I went on a rampage, tried to call her, tried to text her. Yeah, but I went on a rampage and maybe that scared her off even more. But I desperately just wanted to talk to her. I wanted to make her understand, like, you're taking this all the wrong effing way. I was actually going to even apologize to this girl. She should apologize to me. She should apologize. She should be the one apologizing to me, saying that I disrespected my wife. She should be apologizing that she blocked Sophia, who's only 11 years old, lost her mom, lost her grandma in 2 weeks. And she's blocking this girl on Snapchat. She's blocking her on where she can't text her, she can't call her, whatever. Look, I don't know, man. You know what's crazy is that she was the one person in the family in Jennifer's whole psycho Norman Bates family, because they are a bunch of psycho Norman Bates. But she was the one that I felt really was sincere, her cousin, that she really sincerely cared. I really believed it. I was wrong, I guess. It's hard sometimes, it's hard to figure people out, you know? Commander 35, she doesn't want to talk to me face to face. I think she'll probably call the police if I show up at her apartment. I mean, look, it's unfortunately, look, I got to get going here because I want to call Jessica, but we're gonna continue this. After I'm done with Jessica, I'm gonna do another live stream. We're gonna continue this conversation. I think a lot of people, including the regulator, are misinterpreting what I'm doing this for. I'm not trying to um, get this woman back in my life. If you want to know the truth, I'm not. If she doesn't want to talk to me anymore, so be it. If she doesn't want to talk to my children anymore, so be it. Even though she's the godmother and it's a disgrace, so be it. Why am I doing this? Because I'm pissed off. You want me to tell you why I'm doing this? My wife passed away. My mother passed away in 2 weeks. Where is people's human kindness, man? Where is people's like empathy, sympathy? I don't know, maybe I'm nuts, but if the roles were reversed and someone lost their wife and their mother, you could bet the bottom line that I would be sympathetic and you would bet the bank, especially if this was like someone close to us, that I would do everything in my power to be a support system for that person. And even if they said something to me that may have been not appropriate, I think I'd give them a pass. I think I'd give them a pass. I'd say, you know what? With everything you're going through, you deserve a pass. You deserve a get out of jail free card, right? Melissa, I don't want to deal with the BS, okay? Please stop it. This is called freedom of speech, Melissa. You realize we live in America, right? Okay? Freedom of speech. It's called venting, Teddy. You're not Italian. You're from Georgia. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. No, I love that song. I'm just joking around with you, Teddy. Teddy knows I'm breaking his chops. Teddy, you're not Italian. Italians vent. That's what we do, Teddy. I know you don't get it. We vent. YouTube videos don't constitute harassment. Exactly. It's called the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. You know what I mean? So that's the bottom line right there. Let me get going. I'm going to talk to Jessica for a little while. People from Georgia vent too. You know, I was just kidding, right, Teddy? I was just joking around. You know, Teddy, I thought about you when I came to Georgia. I don't know if you remember that. I went to this rib place. I forget what it was. Something pig and something. I don't remember what it was called, but I made a video. I was thinking about you, Teddy. I was like, Teddy time. I offered you to come down. I would have bought you. It would have been dinner. Would have been on me. I would have bought you ribs. Next time I'm in Georgia, I'll hook you up. Back to the Future. Have a good afternoon, Apefather. Catch you in your next live stream. I love you, brother. Nah, hater here. Are you going to be nice? Probably not. Knowing you, Vladimir Pussy, you're about to go crazy again. You gonna stay calm? Well, anyway, I'm about to end the live stream anyway. Let me give Jessica a call, okay? God bless all of you. I'll be back later. And remember, if anybody would like to do something nice for Apefather and the family, just check out Jessica, me, myself, and I. You'll see the Cash App right there. It's the pinned comment. You're on YouTube. You're back. I'm about to end this live stream, Lacey. I'm sorry. But I'm glad that you're able to get back. I got to give Jessica a call. She's dealing with a lot, the poor girl. But if anybody, God bless you, Lacey. Lacey for Brooklyn, my sister Lacey. If anybody would like to do a Cash App to help our family going through a tough time, it is the $ Richard Lavoie. You'll see it. It's the pinned comment below. Jessica, me, myself, and I. $ RICHARD Levoi. Well, regulator, you've done a lot of comments that I would consider harassment. So just try to relax, the regulator. He's always breaking chops. This guy, he's always breaking chops. Let me get going to call Jessica. I'll be back.